Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today to talk about an event that's starting actually pretty shortly here in just a few hours after this video goes live, and that's the new Legend Continues event. Now, may have caught this already in the blog post, but this is going to be Howard the Duck's free-to-play event, in addition to having a pretty built-up leaderboard in terms of actual rewards for not just Gear Tier 20, obviously being required for Charles Xavier, Professor X himself in the Age of X is just in a few weeks now, as well as Havoc Diamonds. And where a lot of players are getting a little bit of, frustration right now is, what is going to be that balancing act between, finishing up teams and whatnot. In this case, the Liberty team that's going to be required for really the last and final stages of the Escape from KYLN event. So what does the Escape from KYLN have anything to do with this event? Well, in case you guys missed this, let's talk about the quick little breakdown here of the scoring and how Legend Continues is going to be built. This event is going to run for 7 days, goes live today, and as you can see kind of highlighted in yellow there is going to be points actually earned from the Escape from KYLN event, which is called the Freedom Spire, and that's going to be built directly into this event itself. So it's an event within an event, but essentially the better you do in that Escape from KYLN, well, the better you do with this event, and overall that's going to translate to more Howard the Duck shards, and actually more importantly the Gear Tier 20 resources that we'll talk about in a little brief manner here. But aside from that, the rest of it is just essentially using your star jammers on offense or defense. As you can see, if you have Howard the Duck and as well as Havoc, obviously being higher than 5 stars, you're gonna get bonus points. So that's gonna be a differentiator as well. And then starting tomorrow, we actually have Zombie Scarlet Witch's event returning, where if you are earning those Undying Orb fragments from farming the campaign nodes, well, guess what? You're also going to be getting 2 points as well. So there's actually a lot of little nuances involved there in terms of the math. But essentially, again, what it comes down to, guys, in my honest opinion, is going to be how much do you care for this leaderboard. So what I've grabbed here is just, the top 10,000, right? And you can see, depending on how well you do, this is going to be, again, one of those rare and limited time opportunities where they're paying out these Crimson encoded datas and as well as the micro dots. These are skill. They're skill traded pieces that are specific to Gear Tier 20. And again, if you want to bring your character up from Gear Tier 19 to 20, these are the new pieces that you do need. And they're actually quite generous, guys. Even if you're in the top 5,000, you're getting 60 pieces per. 60 pieces per is at least 2 fully completed pieces on a skill character. So that is going to be something that you may want to consider if you want to be doing better in this event. Well, guess what? It's going to be translating to better skill gear for the Gear Tier 20. But as well, if you guys are planning to bring up Havoc to the moon, well, you're also going to have a chance here for diamond opportunities. Keep in mind, in order to unlock the diamonds, though, you still need Havoc at 7 stars. And usually what we've seen in the past anyways with these character releases, we probably won't see that at least in a couple of months, or you're willing to power core him all the way up to max level, or you're willing to spend. So in this case, I don't think the diamonds are going to be as coveted. It's definitely going to be a question of how much you want to be going for these limited time Gear Tier 20 resources, especially since they're also coming now in the new Chaos raids that are also releasing this week. So now begs the question, guys, and I want to quickly show you here how much of these points are actually getting attributed to the final stages, right? Remember, these are the new floors. Only the new floors are going to have the Liberty requirement. So that's what I have to attach here. Cells 53 to 55. We do have an opportunity here to use Liberty or Mighty Avengers at Gear Tier 19. 56 to 58, it's going to be Liberty or Immortal X-Men also at Gear Tier 19. And the reason I wanted to add this snippet here is because, well, as you can see, right, I think this is going to be a really big differentiator. Not just 53 to 55, but I grabbed the last 3 just to showcase for you how much more the points jump up. You're getting 8,000 points on 56, 9,000 on 57, and then 16,500 in the last final stage here, and as well as the 3 diamond on the new Patriot. Like, that's what I mean, guys. It's pretty sizable, right? And even the X coins that you get 145,000 of, not a crazy amount by any means. That translates to roughly, I think 10 or 11 pieces, because each piece is about 12,500 right now in the X coin store. So that's really what you're kind of having the balance here, right? Do these rewards, are they meaningful enough for you to want to invest in Liberty, especially knowing that there's a chance you'll probably need 3 characters at least Liberty? I don't know if the hybrid team is going to work, especially seeing that usually with these last and final stages, they're usually the most difficult from the past KYLN events that we've seen, and as well as the track record itself kind of speaks for itself, right? So big picture, guys. Why does this matter to the end game, folks? Why does it matter in terms of the big picture for Professor X and Age of X? Well, I mean, you can almost argue that the Liberty team, translates to more Gear Tier 20 materials. Those Gear Tier 20 materials can be directly attributed to building up a team like Vigilante that's going to be needed likely in the city section for the progression of Age of X. And with Vigilante, right, they're going to make your chaos rates easier. It's going to allow you for the unlock of Professor X because it's part of the requirements. So you're really kind of maximizing the potential that you'll likely, unlock Professor X sooner rather than later. And also on top of that, an opportunity to obviously utilize him sooner before other players and obviously get that advantage, because in this game, especially with the changing meta, the sooner that you have an upgraded character or an upgraded team before everybody else is going to give you that distinct advantage in all game modes. So yeah, that's kind of what it comes down to, guys, at the end of the day. And that's why it's a potential trap depending on really where your account is and what your priorities are, right? Because I want to just quickly showcase this for you as well. Remember, this is a very costly investment, right? Even when we look at, bringing up 3 of the Liberty tuning characters, bringing them up to level 100 is going to cost you at least 90 million gold. Bringing them all up to level 105 is going to be at least 125 million. Keep in mind, this doesn't necessarily include all the gear tier level upgrades as well. The green to blue ISO 8 and obviously purple ISO 8 ISO. So that way, obviously you're elevating them all to the maxed opportunity there for growth. And then let's not even leave out the training materials and T-Force that's also going to be needed to bring up their elevated abilities so you can maximize their potential output. So yeah, guys, it's a pretty big investment right now for a very short event. Personally, for myself, I'm going to be doing a wait and see approach. I'm going to see what the majority of the community is going to be doing first, because we have a bit of time. Remember, we have I think the event is only for 7 days, but the KYLN event is actually, I think it's here for like 10 or 11 days when I saw the tracker. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I saw there. So that means there's going to be a little bit of time to actually get this done in terms of actually doing better than what you expect. But like I said, guys, sometimes the best approach is waiting and seeing. Maybe there's going to be an opportunity here where theory crafting can be involved with Liberty and Mighty Ventures. I know I'm definitely going to give it a shot to see if it's possible, right? Ideally, it would be amazing if we don't have to use Liberty, but something tells me that that's kind of not what Scopely has designed, right? They always want to pressure folks into using your resources to build up tunes, but in this case, in my honest opinion, it depends on your big picture goal. But if you are trying to unlock Professor Xavier in the long term, sooner rather than later, this definitely could add some meaningful pieces. But remember that this is a marathon and not a sprint. There's gonna be more events coming, and we just have to stay ready and tuned up. So I'll keep you guys up to date, though. I'm gonna wait and see what happens in terms of what the final 6 floors are gonna look like, and I'll give you guys an update when we do progress from there. And if so, I'll likely make guides on it as well if I do bring up my Liberty team. Do let me know what you think in comments below. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.